Hi, this is Chuck. Welcome to our video question of the week. This week's question comes in from Mark in Kansas, and he asks, are business valuations increasing as the economy improves? Well, Mark, not really. The overall, the U.S. and Canadian economy as it impacts our members isn't that significant as it relates to the value of the company, what the buy-sell price would be or what the asking price would be if you were to sell your business. Really, the important thing that we look at is the historic 3-year earnings, net earnings before taxes, and then look at what the multiples of that are. And generally, they're about 4 to 5 times is what it usually comes down to. And that's for companies that have anywhere from that 10 to 15% service contract or recurring revenue as a percentage of their total revenues. So overall, it has little weight on the value, the economy does, but mostly what it does is it brings forward more potential buyers, which would possibly increase the selling price from that perspective if it is a healthy economy. Right now, the biggest variable is the reoccurring monthly revenue. So if you're looking at a high percentage of your annual revenues is recurring or service contracts or something like that, any kind of managed services, that brings a lot higher multiplier than if it's just a pure contracting company. So that's what I would say to look at as a goal if you're looking to increase the valuation of your business. The other thing is companies are looking at backlog. How much work do you have on the books going into the next 2 years? They're looking at a continuity plan. What employees, what key people would stay around if the business were to be sold? Is your vertical market growing? So if you're in education or healthcare or corporate or whatever your vertical is that a growing sector of the economy? And then, what's the overall growth pattern look like for your company? Do you have a history or a pattern showing that the company is growing? So those are the kind of things that impact the multiplier, if you will. The new NSCA economic report, the survey that we do to talk about which construction market is growing and what sector of the technology within those markets, that's a very helpful tool right now. So people are looking at that as they value their company or set an asking price. So if they're in one of those verticals with the technology that's growing, that's a very impactful thing as you look at what your company is worth. So basically, the summary is that there's very little blue sky in a contractor type business. So if that's what you're doing is working from project to project, there isn't much to sell there other than maybe your reputation and your ability to perform those jobs. That's where the multipliers are pretty on the low end of that 4 to 5 times earnings. If you have significant RMR, it could be 5 times on up. So that's kind of the answer. It's a long answer to the economic question you have, but the economy isn't the main variable. It's mostly the math within your profitability structure of your company. So thanks for the question.